At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Well, good morning to you, everyone. I hope everything is running okay. Audio should be fine. There's a service that I use to stream out to different services like Facebook and YouTube, and eventually I'm going to try to do more. But there's a service that I use that did apparently this major update to their software or whatever, to their servers. I don't know exactly what was happening. But it's not playing nice with some of the things that I use. And I know from other people that do this, that I've been in communication with, they too have been having some of the same problems. So during that entire time, you saw the countdown kind of clicking there. That entire time, up until basically the commercial came on, I was putting in my username, my password, two-factor authentication. I had, of course, update some of the other information in there as well. So definitely an interesting start. And you'll have to forgive me too, because I didn't have time to put up to make sure everything is working properly on the rest of my streams as well. So I'm trying to communicate with you and talk with you, but at the same time, all right, here we go. I'm doing it. I'm getting ready. I'm just getting on the Roku app to make sure that it's up and running and proper. All right, yay, okay. All right, so there's your behind the scenes Friday look. All right, let's get you right to it. I'm going to take you right to Krueger's Quickcast here now that I've kind of wasted your time so far this morning. And this is Friday, November 8th. Yeah, Friday is here. And it's November 8th, folks. Can you believe it? We're past the first week in November. Craziness, I tell you what. It is a cold start to the day. In fact, I can see some frost out there on some of the cars. It's cold. 37 degrees for Redding right now, 39 in Red Bluff, 41 degrees in Chico. So we've got some pretty cool temperatures out there this morning here. And one of the things that I meant to show you, and I'm going to do that here right now, but I didn't load it up into my show here. But I am going to go into here and I'm going to go, there's actually, no, not that one. There we go. There's actually, I'm going to go ahead and load it up. Yeah, there we go. We have a frost advisory until 8 o'clock this morning for Humboldt County. But again, keep in mind, even if you're not part of that frost advisory, that doesn't mean that you're not going to experience frost. Because, yeah, we're looking at a little bit of frost here, even parts of the valley. The visibility actually looking pretty good out there. Looks like we're going to be looking at, there might be some patchy fog in some areas. Shoot, I even forgot to load up my cameras. My goodness, folks. Happy Friday morning to you all. What do you say we load up some cameras? There we go. We got it. Whew. All right, there you go. This is a look at Elk Country. This is north of Trinidad. Just a beautiful shot right there. I'm going to take you to the... Oh man, that looks gorgeous. I'm giving you a little teaser here. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm going to show it to you in 1, 2, 3 seconds. All right, there you go. Look at that. Oh man, what a gorgeous, gorgeous sunrise over there in Crescent City. Is that George? Hey, Chappie, are you watching this morning? I didn't even get a chance to check out, put on my to put in my social media. I can't even see what you all are saying this morning. Boy, I tell you what, that has just been no fun when I had to do that this morning here. But oh, did Charlie just leave? I think he did. I turn that on. There we go. Now I should be able to see what you all are saying. Let's view that. All right, good. There you are. And there's Chappie. Yes. There and I can see what you're saying here. You're saying, good morning, George. There he is. There's good old George. Or he was. Oh, there. Is he back? Oh, and this is what George does. He's kind of a mean old fella there, because you see that other seagull over there? Is George gonna Is George letting the other seagull hang out? Maybe that's not George. George is the white one. And of course, we got this multicolored one over here. George usually doesn't let other guys hang out. Interesting. Exploring the wild on Coffee with Krueger. But outside of the birds that are on the roof here, check out that gorgeous sunrise here. We got Tracy saying, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend, too. Oh, George just flew off, by the way. Oh, is that George? I'm going to take you back over here. This guy flew onto the roof and took everyone out. Maybe that's George. I don't know. That doesn't look like George. You see kind of the gray on the head there? That seems new to me. So maybe this is a new guy. Maybe this is Charlie. I don't know. Who knows? It's kind of hard to... Oh, yeah. So, kind of fun. All right. Enough of that. And he just flew off now. Now there's nothing up there. So, there you go. Okay. Let's take you back to the visibility. Visibility is actually looking pretty good this morning. Getting you out the door this morning, November 8th. Well, how about some cool temperatures? 8 o'clock this morning should climb back up to about 44 degrees in the valley. Temperatures up at 30s, low to mid 30s here for Modoc County, Eastern Mountains. So a chilly, chilly start to the day. Take a look at the fire, the shoe fire now at 99% containment. So that's certainly good to see that they've actually gained a percent containment. It's been about 98% the last few days. There you can see the winds. They're not a problem. They're going to be basically 5 to 10 miles per hour. Nothing that we have to be concerned about. Those windy conditions that we saw the last few days, whew, man, no thank you anymore. All right, kind of active over the Pacific. That's what's heading our way. But how much rain we get out of it, still a bit of a question mark. I want to show you Futurecast here through the day today, and you're talking sunny skies today, and of course clear skies here for tonight, a couple of passing clouds. We're going to go into the weekend, though, a little bit later. A little teaser for you to stick around, maybe, right? Temperatures around 70 in the valley. We're talking 50s and some 60s for your daytime highs in the mountains. Although in Trinity County, low 70s, low to mid 70s for the inland areas, and upper 50s to low 60s for the coast. Hey, you heading out to Veterans Day Parade on Saturday? It's hosted by the Shasta Dam Lions and Shasta Lake Lions, and that's for your Veterans Day Parade out on Shasta Dam Boulevard. Starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, but festivities usually start a little early. People like to get out there early and claim their spot at 8 a.m. Maybe you're heading out there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Be prepared for a chilly start, 44 degrees, but it does climb up to the low 50s by 9 a.m. And by the time the parade starts, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid 50s, and then you're in the low 60s by the time the parade is probably wrapping up and coming to an end. So be sure to check that out if you don't have any plans on Saturday. There's a look at your 7-day outlook. Dry. I've got the valley dry this weekend. And then cool and unsettled for next week. And be sure to stick around for the deeper dive forecast, because we're going to take a closer look at what you're seeing there for the weekend, because it looks pretty ominous there for the coast on Saturday, Sunday. But no need to worry, it's not going to be a big deal, and that's the case inland as well. Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains mainly dry as well. Although I will say that there is a slight chance even for Mount Shasta, Siskiyou County on Saturday. Again, we'll take a closer look at that a little bit later. Cool and unsettled here for next week. Taking a look at some of the cameras out there, there is, of course, the sun-blasted camera in Main Street, Chico, but the sun is coming out. Remember before we set those clocks back an hour, it was still dark at this point? There you can see Highway 99 at Neal Road. Traffic looks to be flowing smoothly there. Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive looks pretty good there as well. All right, let's go and take a look at our pet of the week. Yesterday I had a chance to meet Kirby. Kirby is his name. Take a look. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. This is Pet of the Week. We have got somewhere around here, we've got Kirby. And of course we've got Katrina from Haven Humane Society. We're going to see if we can get Kirby up here on the bench to hang out with us. He's got a ball in his mouth to kind of help keep him a little busy as well. So Kirby is, we were talking a little bit earlier, is about 11 months old. What kind of breed are we talking here?
I think we have him as just like a lab mix, but we're not quite sure what else he's mixed with. He's definitely a big boy. Kirby actually came to us when he was about 5 months old, so he's kind of grown up here,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Which can be tough on them. He definitely has a lot of energy. He's definitely in the
little
puppy
bit.
stage where he's very big and doesn't have the body of a puppy, but he has very much a puppy personality. He's very playful. He loves running around, being silly. He loves playing with other dogs too. So I think he would do great in a home with another dog, honestly, to help him, especially with his energy and giving him something to do.
Yeah, that might help. I've noticed too, when you were talking there a little bit, I mean, he was chilled out for just a bit of a leaner. He likes to lean.
He does. He's leaning up on me now.
Yes.
He's
So he does like the affection. He loves a little bit of love, but I think for a little short spurts, because then he likes to go back into the play mode. But I think that'll work. So you think at any household, really?
Most households, as long as you have some time with him and as long as you help him get his energy out every day, I think a lot of play every day is going to help him a lot. And then he'll, be a happy dog, sit on the couch with you.
Look at you happy dog right now.
He's a really good boy, and he is at that good age where I think he would be pretty moldable into most families.
Well, there you go. So we love moldable dogs, wouldn't you say? So if you are interested in Kirby or any other animal they have here at Haven Humane Society, of course, you can call the number at the bottom of your screen, and they'll take care of you over at Haven Humane Society. Well, thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Kirby. Woo, we're having a good time over here. I think I'm ready to ride you. Are you ready? You want me to ride you? Is that what you want? All right, that has been Pet of the Week. We'll see you next week. He was a pretty strong dog. I probably could have mounted him, and he would have been riding. I would have been riding him around here. But Kirby, just a lot of great energy. And again, I did notice that affection, kind of the leaning. So definitely one of those leaners. Loves to get that affection here from the humans. So be sure to check out Haven Humane Society if you're interested in Kirby, or maybe you're interested in any other animal out there as well. And by the way, if you missed Coffee with Krueger, you can always check out Coffee with Krueger from NorCal.com. We'll go ahead and pull that up here. So I want to show you here. Of course, you can always check out Coffee with Krueger right there. You just click on that banner, and when you click on it, what it will do is it's going to show you yesterday's Coffee with Krueger, because I have to record this first. We have to go live here first, and then it's being recorded right now. Double checking, yes, it is recording. And then, of course, I upload that to YouTube right after I'm done with Coffee with Krueger. So you can do that by checking it out. And by the way, if you want to check out you're interested in checking out, I'll take you back here, checking out the Pet of the Week. Well, there you have it. Click on this. It says Animal Family. And there it is. There is a look at Kirby. And you just click on that, and that'll play the video for you so you can see the latest Pet of the Week. And of course, it always runs on the 24-hour streaming channel, but right now, the 24-hour streaming channel has got this right here. Yeah, me live on Coffee with Krueger. That's the kind of cool thing, too. You can watch in a Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. You can watch on your smart TV from YouTube. And I just checked out the analytics for YouTube. It says, I think it was like 70% of you that watch me on YouTube watch from your big screen TV, from your regular TV. I think that's pretty cool, because what that tells me is TV is changing. The overall structure of TV. The days that you got to wait until a certain hour to watch a certain program, that's over. And that's really over with Coffee with Krueger, with, of course, the exception of live, right? The only time you have to wait is when we're doing something live, right? And at 7 a.m., you can rest assured that Monday through Friday, usually, right? Some days I take the day off, but usually we got Coffee with Krueger at 7 a.m. But you can watch from your big screen. So that's the cool thing about Coffee with Krueger is you're able to, like the morning news, right? You can have it on in the background while you're getting ready. And the part that you need to watch, the forecast, which really is all I'm pretty much doing, you can do that. But we have some special programming sometimes during the week, like Ag Report on Thursdays, Pet of the Week on Fridays. Mondays, we've got Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals, and we can get some more programming in there eventually. And when I've got time, I'm a busy, busy guy. Got to make sure I have some time for myself. But there you go, right? So kind of cool. All right, let's get you to, before we do that, I'm going to check in with some of you this morning here. And we have got a couple of people chiming in this morning. We've got, there we go, Shirley. I'm looking up here on my other monitor. It's a little bigger. How is that airport temp? How is that airport temp? 39. In my house, weather station is 47. Oh, well, I can tell you right now, Shirley, it has everything to do with winds. I know it may not be windy for you, but even if there's just a little bit of breeze, or there was a little bit of breeze, that's going to keep your temperature up a little bit here. Probably calmer out at the airport. So that's the reason why. And, well, no, the sun's really not out, so that can really have impacted you as well. So that's the reason why. So sometimes, even if there's just, honestly, even just a little bit of a slight breeze, 2-3 miles an hour, that's enough to kind of mix things up a little bit here. And when you have calm conditions, that typically allows for cooler temperatures. A little bit of a breeze, even just overnight, that allows for slightly warmer temperatures. So that answers your question, Shirley. That's very common. That's a very common question. You're like, well, why is it this temperature at my place, but at the airport it's different? Because again, it can have there's just so many different things that can play into that role and the factor in what that temperature is. We got Tom Frazier saying, good morning, Mike. Hope you have a great weekend. We got good morning from Shasta Lake City. Wanda, are you heading out to the Veterans Parade tomorrow morning? It's right there in your backyard, right? So that should be kind of cool. I'm sure you do. What a great event that they have at the Shasta Lake Lions there. Let's see here. We got a couple of people. Good morning. Another beautiful morning from Curtis Brown. And we got Rowdy Kelly saying frost on roofs yesterday morning and this morning. Yeah, it is definitely a chilly, chilly start. Oh, Wanda, you're saying yes. All right, cool. Have fun and be sure to bundle up, especially if you're going to be out there early in the morning. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. It's going to be a chilly start to the day there in Shasta Lake, and really everyone, really. So there you go. All right. Well, that is going to do it for this kind of checking in with everyone. Oh, we've got Tina. Oh, a new person. Someone I haven't really seen a whole lot is Tina. She's saying, hello, near Knighton Road. Oh, so you're in Reading, I would assume. I think Knighton Road. There might be a Knighton Road somewhere else. I don't know, but I do know that there's a Knighton Road in Reading. So good morning to you, Tina. So glad you could check in. Yeah, I'm looking at my window right now. Of course, I'm in my home studio, and I can see some people walking. There's a woman in a winter coat with her hood on that had the fur on the front. So, it depends. What's cold to you may not be so cold to others, but definitely kind of fun to see that taking their dog for their morning walk. Making sure that they're staying warm even when it is chilly out there. All right, let's take you now to our deeper dive forecast. And the Coffee with Krueger, since day one, really in the very beginning, Wind River decided to come on board and sponsor all of it and be the only sponsor for Coffee with Krueger. And I appreciate Wind River for their support, and I appreciate what they've done to help Weather NorCal grow. Because without our sponsors, we can't grow. And we need more sponsors so we can grow even more. Let's do it. So if you know a small business or a local business, say, hey, you should consider sponsoring Mike Krueger on Weather NorCal. Yeah. I'd love to hear and get some emails saying, hey, we want to sponsor, we want to advertise. Let's do it. Let's get more advertisers. Made possible by the way, Wind River Resort and Casino, Coffee with Krueger. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Once again, thank you so much, Wind River, for your support. All right, it is chilly, but as I mentioned, and of course, as one of you mentioned, it's like in the 40s in other spots, low to even mid-40s. Again, it has everything to do with the winds at this point. And sometimes it can be cloud cover, but we're not dealing with clouds this morning, so that's not playing a factor. It's the winds. It can still be maybe a little breezy in some spots here. Even just 5 to 10 miles an hour is enough to mix that up a little bit. But calmer winds will allow those temperatures to be cooler. 41 degrees for Chico, 26 for Susanville, 21 chilly degrees in El Tourist, 31 for Mount Shasta City. We're talking low to mid 40s along the coast. Beautiful end of the work week. Yes, we're talking mainly sunny skies. We're talking fairly calm winds, at least compared to what we saw the last few days. Cooler, mainly dry this weekend. We're going to get into that a little bit deeper dive here. Chance for weekend light showers on the coast. That's the best chance for any measurable rainfall, I think, is going to be on the coast. But there are other areas that may see some drops. We'll get into that. Cooler and unsettled all next week. We've started saying it for the last several weeks, cool and unsettled. We're going to continue to say it here for the rest of the winter. This is going to be that phrase that, I love to say, but it really does help to describe what's expected to happen. Because when we say unsettled, you know what that means. It means that we don't know exactly sure where all the rain is going to be, exactly how much we'll get. It's unsettled. And the timing can allow to be very tricky as well. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Winds right now, not all that strong. Maybe a little bit stronger down to the south near Willows. But there you can see for this afternoon, we're looking at mainly 5 to 10 miles per hour across the board. And then I am expecting to see winds elevate slightly over the next few days. Saturday, maybe even a little bit stronger on Sunday. So a little breezy by the end of the weekend, but shouldn't be that much of a concern. So here's what's going on. High pressure has been the dominant feature over the last few days. Milky shade of white indicating the colder air at the surface. This is the high pressure that's in place right now. But we've got an active weather pattern over the Pacific. Look at all these lines and lows and H's. That's a lot going on. But really, all we should take out of this is see this right here. This is what we call a trough of low pressure. Cooler air associated with that. And then embedded within that is you get these disturbances. And those disturbances and these storm systems are what going to bring us the chances for showers, especially starting early next week. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. Today, as I mentioned, a beautiful wrap up to your work week. Temperatures are going to be just gorgeous. It's going to be great. Get out there and enjoy it. Play hooky from work if you can. All right, take a hike. Go for a hike. It'll be nice. All right, so here we are, noon tomorrow. You see that? That's the first little push of some moisture coming in. All right, you see the clouds? Yeah, we got a few high, mid-level clouds for the rest of us. But this is a whole lot of nothing, folks. Yes, there could be a stray sprinkle in some of these areas here, but it's not going to amount to much. 3 p.m. All right, we're starting to see some slightly darker shades of green. So the model is picking up on the potential for, maybe a stray sprinkle to the north and west. And you can see more coming in behind that. That's going to try to move in, but see how it kind of breaks apart. 6 p.m. Saturday. You see how it's kind of moving through northern Trinity County, making its way to central Siskiyou. And again, we're seeing some of the darker shades of green. So as we go into the late afternoon, early evening, places like Mount Shasta, parts of Siskiyou, parts of northern Shasta County could see a sprinkle, maybe a brief light shower, but not enough to dampen any outdoor plans. But notice we're seeing some green trying to make its way in the valley. So if you're out and about Saturday evening, going for maybe a walk after dinner or before dinner, if you feel a drop or two, don't be surprised. But bottom line, don't cancel any outdoor plans over the weekend, even for the coast, because anything we do see will be light. It'll be few and far between. Sunday, this model picks up on nothing, no rain whatsoever. But I'm not completely ruling out maybe some drizzle or a stray sprinkle for basically the immediate coast. But everyone else is staying fairly dry. All right, so again, we'll get through the weekend. We just looked at that. But now we're going to watch this right here. Now, this storm system has been very consistent with the long-range forecast models in bringing us the rain on Monday. But what we're seeing here today is that the forecast models are backing down on the intensity. And really, we noticed that yesterday too, that the intensity of the rain is not going to be as strong. So you can see it kind of pushes through. You've got scattered showers. There could be some brief periods of moderate rainfall for some of us. And of course, we've got snow, probably 4,500 to 5,000 feet. So cool and unsettled. What this is doing, and really this weekend, the storm door is opening. And what that's going to do is allow storms over the Pacific. We're welcoming them, but sometimes the track of these storms is not as favorable for us as it is for the Pacific Northwest. A lot of times the Pacific Northwest sees the brunt of the storm, we get the tail end of it, and we typically don't see as much. And that's essentially kind of what's happening here. So again, there's Monday, a decent chance for rain for everybody. Okay, then we go into Tuesday. All right, maybe some lingering showers Tuesday morning, maybe a bit of a break Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday evening into Thursday, maybe a chance for some more showers. We go into Friday, maybe a chance for a few showers as well. What we're seeing here, I can guarantee you the timing, the intensity, it's all going to change. So really each and every single day, starting Monday through Friday, we could be looking at off and on chances for showers. That's the story for next week. But the main event, if that's what you want to call it, because it won't be that intense, will be on Monday. Everything after that, just off and on scattered showers. Now, the Climate Prediction Center, I mean, it's just kind of going for a broad brush here for weather than normal conditions here for the western United States, which includes us. But to give you an idea on how things can get difficult when we're talking about these forecasts and how difficult it can be when predicting the amount of rainfall during these unsettled weather patterns. Because again, you know how we talk about like isolated showers, scattered showers? They just pop up here and there, okay? Kind of the same. So when you're talking about that, you can't know for sure where all of those showers are going to pop up and how much rain they're going to produce for everybody. So when you start adding and putting numbers for different locations, you can't really rely on those numbers because you just don't know 100% exactly where all the showers are going to develop. Same situation with unsettled weather patterns, because the timing, the intensity, it changes from one forecast model run to the other. So when we look at this and then a new model run comes out, it's going to look a little different. So this model is taking you from today all the way through the end of next week into Thursday. It's 7 days. The green for the valley, 1/4 of an inch. Right there, 1/2 an inch. And then for the Redding area, 3/4 of an inch. So anywhere based on this model, the valley will see less to the south, more to the north, but anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. Here, this is getting off the scale, you're talking 3-4 inches of rain. Probably overdoing it, but nothing unusual. This is normal, right? We get most of the rain to the north and west. And again, I'm going to try to come up with a name for this because it deserves kind of a name, because it's just, that's always what happens. As far as long as I've been here, it's always here, north and west. And then we see less heading to the south and east. You can see here less off to the east as well. But again, take a look at these numbers. 1/4, and I'm just going to use the valley as a good example. 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch. All right, that's that model. This one's going to take you all the way through the end of next week, even Friday. There's Friday of next week. Again, there's that footprint, right? It's doing pretty good here, 2, maybe 3 inches of rain off to the north and west. But look at the valley. Remember it was showing 1/4 of an inch to the south even for Willows? Nothing for Willows. 1500s in Chico. 1/4 of an inch for Redding instead of the 3/4 of an inch the other model was showing you. So you see how it gets tricky? You see how we sometimes have to go, we'll get about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. And you know what? I think that's what we can safely say for the valley, especially the north. 1/4 to 1/2 an inch, a little bit less than that as you head to the south. We may see a little bit more than this, maybe upwards of, say, 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. And I think this is a pretty good representation, a couple of inches to maybe upwards of even 3 inches of rain to the north and west. So again, that's just an illustration of how tricky things can get, especially when you're forecasting the amount of rain. You know, it frustrates me when people say, hey, you said there's going to be 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. I only saw 1/10. Well, you know what? You may have seen 1/10. Maybe someone else saw 1/4 of an inch. Or, you know, maybe I said that 2 days ago and things had changed. So, all right. That's just, you know, me kind of getting off my little soapbox here. All right. So there you can see cooler than normal conditions here, looking out over the next 10 days. And there it is. Beautiful today, mid to upper 60s over the weekend. And we're just going to average out all next week into that next weekend with temperatures around 60 degrees, give or take. That's the cool part of the cool and unsettled, right? All right, so here's a look at the wave heights. Not that bad today, but as that system approaches on Saturday, the wave heights may increase a little bit. I'm not expecting small craft advisories for Saturday, but the wave heights are increasing, especially as you start heading further out to sea. South winds today at 5 knots, waves from the west at 5 feet at 14 seconds. There will be some of that patchy morning fog out over the ocean off the coast here. All right, so I'm just going to mention this as we look at the 7-day forecast here, because as you know, I show 7-day forecasts for different regions. So Saturday, Sunday, you're going to see some rain for others. This is basically the main event next week, off and on chances for showers. Timing, intensity is all going to change. Snow levels on average during this time frame will be around 4,500 to even upwards of 5,500 feet. All right, take you to Trinity County for today. 64 degrees for Peanut, 68 degrees in Ruth. All right, we take you out to the north coast. All right, so we take a look at that 7-day outlook. See the chance? Don't worry about it. Don't cancel that outdoor plan, because especially to the south, even slimmer chances for any type of rainfall. As you head to the north, better chances. Ferndale, 64, 67 degrees for Hydesville today, 65 in Fortuna. Up to the north, yeah, all right, now we're seeing better chance. If you see a sprinkle through the day on Saturday, a light shower, don't be surprised. That's tomorrow. Sunday, most likely not, but the immediate coast has better chances on Sunday as well. But again, nothing to cancel those outdoor plans over. All right, so for Siskiyou County, Saturday, there could be a brief shower, a sprinkle or a brief shower through the day. Don't count on it. Don't cancel your outdoor plans. I didn't even put it in the forecast. I didn't even solidify it and set it in stone. For Scott Valley, temperatures in the mid to even upper 60s for your daytime highs for today. We take you out to Weed with 63, 67 for Dunsmuir. Off and on chances for rain. Snow levels around 5,000 feet, give or take. For Alturas, you got dry conditions. I would safely say that it's going to be dry all weekend long for Modoc County. You're getting kind of outside of that perimeter because, again, as the system pushes through the coast, better chances for showers. As that very weak system pushes to the east, it weakens significantly. By the time it makes its way to Modoc County and the eastern mountains, it's gone. It's done with. But low 60s here for today. Gorgeous, gorgeous end of the week. 61 degrees for Hat Creek, 60 for Fall River Mills. Paynes Creek about 65. About to dry this weekend in Bernie. We take out to Lake Almanor, Lassen Park. You've got those temperatures upper 50s to low 60s for around the lake. 57 degrees for Manzanita Lake, and there you can see out towards the south entrance about 56 degrees. Let's take it to the south. Paradise, you're looking at a high of 64 degrees today. And there you can see, of course, Greenville about 63. Now, again, you can see Paradise, you're dry Tuesday. Slight chance in Susanville. That's because I think some of the higher elevations will see maybe a lingering shower on Tuesday, but overall Tuesday is not going to be that big of a deal. Here's your Valley Neighborhood Forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Your temperatures will be in the upper 60s. 69 for Red Bluff, 69 for Los Molinos, 69 for Willows, and 68 degrees for Durham. Up north, 70 for the city of Shasta Lake and Redding, 67 for Lakehead, 66 for Whiskeytown, and you can see Cottonwood, a high of about 69 degrees. Okay, so there's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. There it is. Beautiful day today. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. You got to get out there and enjoy it. Because these are the temperatures that you're always like, this is the best time of the year. The temperatures are great, right? Today's a prime example of that. Winds won't be all that strong, a little breezy, you'll see some breezes every once in a while, but no big deal. Temperatures slightly cooler over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, mid to upper 60s, but next week, yeah, noticeably cooler. We're talking upper 50s to low 60s for those daytime highs. Well, there you have it. That is your Friday forecast, folks. So glad you could make it this morning. That area is like the Twilight Zone. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Debbie. I love that. It's exactly what it's like, the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I mean, I think it deserves a name, a special name, like just for that particular type of weather phenomenon that we see most of the rain in the Northwest. Most of the rain is typically, and it's that footprint. And when we're looking at the rain, it's always, usually, not always, but usually Del Norte, Western Siskiyou, Northern Humboldt. It's that tri-area that we see the best chance for rain. I don't know. I feel as though it deserves some kind of recognition here. All right. Let's see what we see. Can I talk? I don't know. We've got Diane Sittig. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I attempt your last name sometimes, because I butcher them. I know I do. But Diane, thank you. Thank you for chiming in this morning. Good morning from Mercy Hospital. So you must be at work, maybe? Watching a little Coffee with Krueger. Well, welcome. Or hopefully you're not maybe watching from, maybe a room because you're admitted or something. But hopefully you're okay. But Diane, good morning to you. We've got Delinda saying, good morning, looking forward to some rain. I tell you what, so am I. Here's the thing. It's time. It's time for us to start getting some good soakings. Here we are in November. October was the month that we really can enjoy. I just clicked my microphone, which is okay. Oh, you're a patient. Diane, I hope you're okay. Hope everything's okay. But hopefully I could bring some cheer for you this morning as we talk about the rainfall, Diane. But yeah, we could definitely use a good soaking, because if we can start getting a good soaking and a lot of snow, or should we say at least some snow in the higher elevations, then we can start saying, all right, we're getting out of the fire season. We don't have to worry too much about it. Because remember, keep in mind, a lot of times people think, well, we're in November, the fire season's over with. No, we just had a red flag warning this week. We saw those gusty winds. We saw humidity levels down into the single digits and low teens. That right there is fire weather, okay? And that keeps the fire weather risk high. Think about this too. The campfire started in November in 2018. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. So again, we have to remind ourselves that we can't let our guard down even when it's November. But we don't have to worry about it too much today because it is not going to be so windy out there. But we still need to be careful, right? But a good soaking would be really nice. Really nice, and I agree with that. I'm looking forward to some of that rain as well. Well, tell you what do you say we wrap up the morning here? We call it a Friday. We're getting ready for some good stuff here. We've got the Veterans Day Parade tomorrow. Hopefully you're getting out there. Be sure to be prepared, especially if you're heading out there early in the morning. In fact, let's take a look at that. Look at the forecast here for your Veterans Day Parade. I just made a special little graphic for it. Let's take a look at it. So here's a look at your Veterans Day Parade. We'll keep the music up in the background there, but it's going to be at Shasta Dam Boulevard. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, but if you're heading out there early, just be prepared for some cool weather. 44 degrees at 8 a.m. and of course, maybe even some upper 30s, low 40s by the time, even if you're getting up there early at 7 a.m. 51 degrees by 9 a.m. By the time the parade starts, we're talking mid 50s, but just partly cloudy skies, no rain. You don't have to worry about bringing that umbrella. And then it looks like temperatures continue to climb here as we go into the early afternoon hours as well. So get out there to the Veterans Day Parade. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy it. It is going to be a good time. They always put on a very good parade over there, I think. And we're going to take a look at some cameras now to kind of wrap up the show. But hope you all have a Pacific Northwest Clipper. Is that your idea of maybe a name for it? I like that. I think that's already probably a name. That's got to be a name. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. Anyway, there's a look at Lake Oroville. There's a look at some other cameras. Have yourselves a great Friday. We will see you next week, Monday, on Veterans Day. I don't plan on taking the day off. Maybe many of you are, but I will be right here in my in-home studio for Weather NorCal, broadcasting live for you 7 a.m. on Monday morning. Until then, be sure to check out my noon and afternoon and evening update at 6 p.m. And Chase Wilson will be in over the weekend to give you your updates 3 times a day for both Saturday and Sunday. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.